Hi guys, and welcome back to Studio Vegan. This is your first time here. Please make sure. Sorry, I was trying on makeup at Sephora earlier, and I forgot to wipe it off. So that's what that is. Nothing crazy. These are Fenty Beauty. This is what is that? Uh, I don't remember. The brown thing by Jackie Ida partnered with the company, and two other things. But let's get into this video. So I've been asked a lot for recipes and stuff for the pictures I post, for my videos, and they always ask if I measure seasonings. I've had people message me about it, and honestly, I don't measure seasonings unless I'm following someone else's recipe. So when I make Gabriel's black bean burger, I followed his seasoning to an extent, and then I just went back into the way I season my food. I usually will sprinkle it until I feel like it's enough, and I'll taste it. I don't do too much sprinkling, but I'll sprinkle until I know it's enough. You know, most black people don't really measure their seasonings. To be completely honest, my mom didn't measure her seasonings. I've never, even when I started cooking, I think when I went to trade school for culinary arts and catering, I was required to measure out, like for baking and for certain things. But for the most part, no, I really don't measure my seasonings unless I'm like trying to recreate something. But even recipes I've made myself, I know how much seasoning goes into my food. Again, that goes with tasting your food as you go. But yeah, that is it. I mean, I know with baking, I measure stuff like all the time. If I'm making a pastry or I'm making flour or something like that that requires measuring, I usually measure out my seasonings or the stuff that's required for baking. But 95% of the time, or 99% of the time, I don't measure out my seasonings because it's like there was like a thing on Facebook where they said black people season to their ancestors say stop, and honestly, I think it's true. I've never ever within my when I started cooking when I was 16 and I am 26 now, so for 10 in the last 10 years I've never had measured anything unless it was for like a specific baked good or I was making a pastry or a dessert. Like my cookies, I measure stuff out for my cakes, for my pastries, for my breads, but not for like seasoning like some chili or from seasoning anything else, honestly. So yeah, I don't measure anything out. I sprinkle it, I taste as I go. I don't measure it. I don't feel like it's necessary. That's personal preference, and within last 10 years I've never had to, and the food comes out amazing. I know with like sweet potatoes, if I make those, we measure stuff out sometimes. My mom doesn't measure anything out really, ever, and her food is amazing. Again, she went to school for culinary arts at the Art Institute, and she studied that, and she's also cooked for 7 kids and all the neighbors in the neighborhood, and she used to work at a few restaurants. So yeah, I don't think it's necessary. I think it depends on the person. I mean, I know, yeah, I mean, my sisters and I don't measure anything. We don't measure salt or pepper. I mean, I guess it's kind of, you can tell with the eye, you can tell. Even when I'm making clothes, like if I dye, like the fabric here, I didn't measure out the amount of dye. I think it's just, it's instinct. You just know after a certain period of time. Like now, because I've transitioned to vegan, the seasoning, because you're like cooking vegetables and stuff. But I know, like, okay, for instance, yesterday I made my what are they called? My tacos. My taco, sweet potato taco with kidney beans. that requires a little bit more seasoning because I don't know, it just feels like it needs more to like get that taco flavor when you take that first bite. So I usually add a nice amount of that. I don't measure it out. I don't know how much I put in there. So when I do write my recipes based off of guesstimates, so it's like guesstimate. That's what I call it. I guesstimate. So I guesstimate when I write recipes out for people, and then I redo them. And I mean, honestly, a little sprinkle is about a teaspoon, because a teaspoon is a lot. A lot of people don't think it is, but it is. I think I use about a tablespoon of taco seasoning in my kidney thing because I know I use a lot of it. But yeah, I really don't. I don't measure. I mean, it makes it easier. It's like painting with the seasonings. You're like, okay, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, and you can mash them together. I mean, I just throw a little bit in my my bowl, the bowl and mash up seasonings. Yeah, but I mean, if you guys have any questions or would like to see more videos like this, because I had this question asked to me a couple of times, please check out my Facebook page. Make sure to subscribe, and thanks for watching. I am probably going to go make my chili cheese sweet potato. Yeah, because I've posted pictures of it, but I've not remade it yet, and it is the bomb.com, guys. It's so good. So, yeah, I'm going to make my chili cheese sweet potato, and hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Oh, and somebody asked me what this is, the mole on my lip. I have one. I have them all over. They're on my hands. They're all over my hands. There's some, I usually cover it up with makeup, but, you know, obviously I had to figure out what makeup I wanted to wear, but yeah. Thanks for watching, guys, and please make sure to subscribe. Bye.